Hi, welcome to Juice Bar. Today we're gonna talk about Amaro Montenegro. So, Amaro Montenegro is one of the most popular best-selling Amaro in Italy. They say they are the best-selling Amaro. I don't know, Wikipedia says the Averna is the best-selling Amaro. Anyway, they are both really popular. Montenegro is known to be really light and fruity. So let's start by give this Amaro a taste and see what we think about it. It's 23% ABV. To me, yes, the note of elderflower that I don't find in any other Amaro. I mean, it's in Saint Germain, but that's not an Amaro. And I don't know if it's really elderflower in it, because it's not mentioned in the list of ingredients, but they use 40 botanicals, so it might as well be in it. Then definitely citruses, and maybe some eucalyptus, but really light, nothing strong like a Fernet or anything like that. On the palate is fairly sweet, a bit astringent, but the bitterness doesn't hit you until a bit later in the aftertaste, and it's not that bitter in reality. It's a really light, pleasant Amaro. So let's explore a couple of cocktails that exploit its flavor. And we're gonna start with the Adriatique, which is a cocktail created by Jackson Cannon in Boston in 2013. It's a really nice aperitif drink for a really specific situation, which I'm gonna get into it when I taste it. Let's get down to mixing. Let's start with 30 milliliters of freshly squeezed orange juice. I have here some blood oranges from Japan, the rarest of rare. Then 15 milliliters of Aperol, the really light aperitif from Italy. Really strong on the orange flavor. So we have orange, and then we have 30 milliliters of Montenegro, which adds more citrus, but definitely so much more, and all the flavors I just mentioned. Super easy. Let's get some ice, and let's give this bad boy a shake. Let's double strain this in a fancy and small cocktail glass. And there you go, an Adriatique. Cheers! Orange, but nice, balanced and bitter. The only thing is this cocktail is a bit sweet and thick, if you understand what I mean. It's just right that it's a small amount of cocktail. You don't want to drink a big amount of this. And as an aperitivo, it's perfect to just drink like that without side. You know, in Italy we do aperitivo, you drink and you eat stuff, snacks, olives, salame. This one just go really well by itself. Especially in the situation like, let's meet at the bar before going to dinner. Usually you order a Campari or a glass of wine super quick. You just drink and you go to a restaurant. This is the perfect aperitif in that situation. Quick, easy, everybody's gonna love it. It's gonna prepare you for the dinner, but it's not something that you wanna snack with. You just wanna drink it like this in a couple of sips. Pretty nice. Yeah, it goes down super easy. One really good thing that this cocktail does that sometimes I found hard to do is coupling orange juice with Aperol. It seems like a straightforward, easy combination, But this is the first cocktail I find that makes it really successfully. Let me kill this in a couple more sips and then we can go on with our next cocktail. Actually, just one sip. Our next cocktail is going to be a Monte Manhattan because Manhattan. We are the Manhattan channel. We cannot go over a day without mixing a Manhattan. And so let's just do it super easy. In our mixing glass, 1 dash of Angostura, 22.5 milliliter of 3/4 of an ounce of rye whiskey. I'm using this Wiseman that's growing on me. And then 22.5 milliliter or 3/4 of an ounce of bourbon, Wild Turkey 101. A viewer recently commented I should use a better bourbon, but 101 is perfect for so many cocktails, so I guess he was talking out of his ass. Anyway, let's finish with 45 milliliter or an ounce and a half of our Amaro Montenegro. So in this case the Montenegro replaces the vermouth Gassamais. Let's give this a stir. Amaro Montenegro is really famous in Italy also for their advertisement campaigns, especially the ones in the 80s and 90s. If you stick with me, we are gonna watch some of their ads in the after credits of this video, and I don't know if they will still be legal nowadays because they portray alcohol consumption as a thing that's awesome. Let's strain our cocktail in a Nick and Nora glass, chilled, and let's finish with a cherry. And let's express some orange peel. And there you go, a Monte Manhattan. Cheers. Quite nice. It works really well because the Montenegro provides that touch of sweetness that I like in Manhattan. It's also, as I said, really floral, and it combines really well with the spices of the bourbon and the rye. Quite a nice drink, no objections to it. But before I get too drunk, let's go on and mix our last drink of the day or night. And our last cocktail is going to be a Touchwood, created by Matthew Folland at Bar 1806 in Melbourne, Australia. He used this cocktail to win a competition in that year. In this case, Montenegro is less the star of the cocktail, I must say, and probably you can mix it with other Amari too. But this cocktail was so good, I had to feature it. So let's get down to mixing. If our last cocktail was a Manhattan variation, you could say that this one is a Rob Roy variation. And let's start with 10 milliliters of Pedro Ximénez sherry, rich and thick and sweet sherry. Then 10 milliliters of Amaro Montenegro. And 45 milliliters of Lowland whiskey, which is a Scotch whiskey that comes from the lower region around Glasgow. Until a few years ago, Auchentoshan, this brand, was pretty much the only single malt you could get from there. But nowadays there are many more brands, and the original recipe prescribed the triple wood Auchentoshan. I don't have that, I have a 12 years old, but I guess close enough. And we're going to use 45 milliliters of Auchentoshan. This is a great whiskey with a really specific, nice flavor. Sometimes described as giving you something here in the throat, like a sensation in the back of your mouth. Last touch for our mixing glass, a pinch of black pepper. And let's give this bell burr stir. Let's prepare our glass by swirling in it a touch of dry vermouth. Now, I don't know how much this actually makes a difference, but it's in the recipe, so let's do it. because the flavor we have here in this mixing glass are fairly strong, and this touch of dry vermouth, I don't know if it really makes a difference, but we do it. Let's strain. I will normally use a smaller glass for a cocktail like this, but because we had to swirl the dry vermouth, the cup made the most sense. And let's finish by expressing again some orange peel. And there you go, a Touchwood. Cheers. This is just wonderful. Great, great, great cocktail. 5 stars. The Pedro Ximénez just brings it all together, but the main character of the cocktail is given by the Auchentoshan, which works wonderfully. Also, the black pepper works well too. Gives a touch of spiciness. Montenegro play a part too, being a really good teammate to the other ingredients and adding that floral note. But again, this is the one cocktail I proposed to you today that you can get away with using a different Amaro probably. Freaking delicious. This is really great. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, share with me by you like and don't like. Stir or shake yourself a cocktail with Montenegro, and hopefully I will see you next time. Cheers. Okay, now let's go over some of the advertisement for Amaro Montenegro. Let's watch it together, and you know how I said before I didn't want to get too drunk? Well, too bad. It's not gonna happen, the not getting drunk, but the getting drunk is gonna happen because I already watched all the videos of the advertisement of Amaro Montenegro once, but my camera stopped. So I'm gonna watch them again, comment them again for you while I drink the second cocktail we've made, the Monte Manhattan. Let's watch them together. This advertisement series goes from 1982, I think, until early 2000s. So let's get down to it. Let's start. Click. 1982.
Amaro Montenegro.
Here we start. You will notice in this series the horses and airplane are a thing. I guess the CEO of Montenegro is really into horses and airplane, but we establish the main character of this first series of advertisement, which is a veterinarian. And I think that was cool. It's like a bit of a veterinarian and a bit of an adventurer. Now, 1983. First time he helped the dog, first time he helped a horse, now he's gonna help a dog. He drives at night, he saves an animal. Who doesn't love a man that saves an animal? He's so cool. And then, cheer together with your buddy. Let's go and celebrate with some Amaro Montenegro in front of a fireplace. If it gets too homoerotic for you, you can stop watching, but I'm fine. This is like a really cool bromance. And here in 1983, this is my favorite, the one with the it's not a deer, I don't know what's the name of this, stambecco in Italian. And it's a cool animal. When you see he slaps him on the face, go, you climb those mountains, really cool. Again, fireplace, again is brew, and they drink Montenegro together. Sapore vero, which means true flavor. 1986. Now the stories get a bit more complicated. There is a teacher involved. He does more things, pull the rope. I don't know what he's doing, but he saves a falcon, a sparrow, a eagle, I don't know what's the name in English. He gets friends with the teacher, and then they drink in front of the fireplace again, Vera Amaro Montenegro. 1987, let's see. Oh my, this is top. This is top veterinarian. He's Indiana Jones, he's not a veterinarian anymore. He teaches a class, a university. Then he flies, then he drives an off-road, and then he saves the dog. It was the only veterinarian that could have done this, was one that was an airplane flight away, he saved everything. The only problem with this advertisement, which is really cool, there was no fireplace. They drank together the bodies, but no fireplace. 1990s, horses are back. Yeah, but you were a veterinarian, man. What, now you're teaching the horse how to drive how to ride a horse? I don't know, this one, it's like so, it's not as cool as the other advertisement. Come on, like, you're supposed to save animals, not teach a guy how to win a trophy. Sapore che non ti sbagli. You cannot get wrong. Sapore vero. True flavor. 1990.
La terra era buona. I miei studenti erano felici.
I don't know what he's teaching about the dirt there. Is he like really Indiana Jones? Is he also a paleontologist or archaeologist? Anyway, no matter, there's a horse in danger, he goes out, save the horse, save the day. Guy with a mustache, looks cool like me, and then they drink together Amaro Montenegro and they're back in front of a fireplace. Fireplace, that's the essence. 1992. Okay, we are back with the airplanes, and this time it's three friends. We leave the veterinarian. The veterinarian is gone. Indiana Jones veterinarian is gone. Now it's three different guys. They are building an airplane from World War I or something, and they fix it. And this guy, then they hug. Yeah, hug your friend. Maybe he needs a hug. Fireplace, two glasses. Nice. 1994. Back with the horse, but here you can see a climb. We are on the slippery slope now. This is the beginning of the end, because the story becomes bullshit. Why a purebred horse will be around running alone and then he loses a kid down a cliff? This stuff becoming fantasy storytelling. But they still drink the Montenegro. I don't know if a fireplace. Was there a fireplace? Maybe yes, maybe. 1996, year more fantasy. They're missing a bell from the tower. It got missed yesterday? When did it get missed? 1,000 years ago? Well, but the time is of essence. And they find it. And then they put it up. It's all crusty. And by the end of the evening, basically in 10 minutes, because it's already sunset, the bell is already up and they're already drinking Montenegro. Okay, here are some bad Hollywood writers that are involved. 1999, and here is more bullshit. This guy is driving a motorless, engineless airplane. And he says like, visibility was really bad. It's the clearest night you will ever have in the here on Earth. No visibility was bad, just you didn't know where you're fucking going. Anyway, he lands the thing, and then he cheers with his buddies. Fire again. Fireplace, okay. 2001. Here you go on 7th day. We are in the Sahara Desert or something like that. Flies his cool plane. He has to save his friends on a truck. They don't show the landing of the airplane because it was fucking impossible. Anyway, they hug all together at the end. And then they drink Montenegro in front of a fireplace in the freaking Sahara Desert. I don't know. 2005 now he's flying an airplane that lands on the water. So even cooler, but he says his moms, they've been working on this project to find an ancient vase, and they found a vase. And what the fuck is going on here? Why was like so critical timing? He has to save a day for something that took months and months. I don't know. But they drink Montenegro again. 2011, and here is the end of this series, and it's the top of the bullshit. You can see how time has changed, and again, not to be, how to say, this is top bullshit. He saved this band that was on a raft in the middle of the ocean. What the hell is going on, man? And there was no airplane, no horses, no veterinarian. Yeah, not to be nostalgic about it, but all the advertisement from the 80s to the early 90s, top notch. Maybe because of my era, again, maybe nostalgia plays a role, but just you can see the writing of this advertisement going downhill and not being really good anymore. They start pulling out stories out of their butt. Appennino, Die Hard. Suspension of disbelief. Cheers.